I'm your gorgeous Nazca, here with Truckleman. We're reacting to...
The words Alligator, Alcatraz are a thing. All those arts look amazing. Yeah, I know I made them on ChatGPT. But yeah, Alligator Alcatraz is a real thing in 2025.
Yeah.
Alligator Alcatraz is not something we expected, but something that was oddly necessary, as the feds continue to ramp up arrests all across the country. And no matter how many dance protests or hotels that they heckle in the evening, these raids are emptying out entire work sites, and even the places they go to shop. Not only what they need for work, but anywhere normally busy is now empty. Now I've heard estimates of about 1 million undocumented individuals in LA, but I honestly think it could easily be double that. And if you extrapolate that across the country, we're talking 10 million people to deport. So if Trump wants to even hit Obama levels of removals, he's going to need Alligator Alcatraz.
Okay, so, let me get this straight. So the reason this facility was created is because we don't have room in other prisons right now in Junk, and it's easier to have them all put in one area, and we can't just like send them off in droves or something.
So Alcatraz is a prison to
Alligators now. Alligators are the police officers of the prison.
But I think they're doing it so it's easier to process them.
Point.
So if they're all right there.
Attorney General James.
Sorry.
Yeah. And then they probably don't need as much incentive, like with guards and stuff, because, well, if the prisoners try to flee, the alligators are...
Remember we went to Florida and we looked at one of the ditches and they were just full of alligators?
Really?
Yeah, remember we were, like, where were we? We looked down, it was like a ditch and it was just full of alligators.
I didn't see that. When did you see that?
It was when I saw it. Maybe when we were walking in somewhere.
I don't recall.
Meyer here. This is an old, virtually abandoned airport facility right in the middle of the Everglades. 30 square mile area is completely surrounded by the Everglades. Presents a fish.
Oh, it's not just alligators. It's also, you got, you know, snakes, you got...
mosquitoes, the heat. Are these American alligators or foreign import alligators?
Actually, you know what they also have there?
Huh.
Boa constrictors.
Ooh.
Because people were bringing them in as pets and then releasing them, and they can survive in the wild and the swamp.
Oh, so they're an invasive species now
Yeah.
to Florida?
There's pictures of like 30-foot like boa constrictors eating alligators.
I'm guessing smaller alligators, but still, woof.
Low-cost opportunity to build a temporary detention facility because you don't need to invest that much in the perimeter. People get out, there's not much waiting for them other than alligators and pythons. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide.
And it's not just that it's surrounded by alligator guards. They want this site to utilize the pre-existing runway.
It was chosen because it already has an airstrip.
That's smart.
Flying people directly out from here.
I'm sorry. People protesting this is dumb. It's like, oh, it's such horrible.
Cool Cat's here.
Yeah, hello, welcome. There's no getting out of there unless you've lived in the
state LA.
bayou in the state of LA.
But
yeah. It's really smart because, okay, he's utilizing a old airport, the runway they need because they're going to be flying in and out a bunch, and it's basically just a holding facility. It's not really they're keeping them there.
They actually showed it too, like it's... Like, there were some people protesting in Florida, and they noticed one thing: everybody was off the side, not in the streets. Like, everybody was pros, but they were not in the streets.
Yeah, it's a good way to keep the protesters away, too, actually.
So, if people want to find Shrek in the swamp, travel to Florida.
Get out of my swamp!
Oh.
Deportation.
As a Florida National Guard will play a key role in operation. They have offered military attorneys to be trained as immigration judges to expedite the legal process. The proposal is designed to detain and hold people for weeks or even months during the immigration process. And Upmeyer says this can be a low-cost site due to the natural terrain surrounding it.
And as the Supreme
Smart.
Court recently decreed, Trump doesn't even need to send them home. He can send them to any third-party country. Now this all sounds incredibly extreme. Where they no longer just face deportation, they're actually going to risk alligator attacks as they get sent to the South Sudan. And I understand this is just to expedite the process, but I honestly think it's more about convincing everybody else to self-deport.
So no options off the table, meaning ICE agents could go to any place, whether it be a place of business.
What? There? Here. Oh.
Sorry, I
a
had
place
to...
of worship, wherever.
If we believe that there is a violent criminal illegal alien there, we will go there.
What would you tell those who are not violent, illegal criminal aliens?
I'm so glad you asked this because the best, safest option for them is to take advantage of the CBP Home app.
Yeah. So it's not like they're forcing them there unless... they are giving them options to be like, yeah, you can just deport me.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, no, this is very... I feel like this is smart and pretty humane in a way.
And also they were showing the tents. They actually are full of air conditioning, too.
Uh-huh. So they want to sit there and complain, oh, the Florida heat. Wah, 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 wah.
We're offering those in this country illegally $1,000 and a free flight to head
real
home
alligators
and then potentially
as
come back the
guards.
legal
Yep.
right way.
Save
So
lots
if
of
you're
money.
in violation of our laws, you can either get $1,000, a plane ride home, and the opportunity to re-enter the right way. Otherwise, you might get a ride to some random country where you don't even speak the language. And the craziest part about all of this is despite what you see with these massive protests in deep blue cities, this is exactly what American citizens want.
Voters favoring the government trying to deport all 11 million of them. The American people.
Because a good majority of the people who get, who enter here, they're bad. There's been, like, a bunch of, like, drugs, murders, theft.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, just, in general, even the, non-violent ones, there's still theft there because they're stealing their spot from someone who's getting in the whole process of getting legal, citizenship and junk, as well as they're getting, like, free shit from our government and junk, you know?
Yeah.
Have come a long way on this issue, much closer to Donald Trump, and I think that's a big part of the reason why Americans are increasingly saying the country is on the right track when it comes to immigration policy, and why Donald Trump's net approval rating on that issue is in the positive.
And after months of arrests, this is even what immigrants want.
Immigrant citizens, immigrant voters, foreign-born voters have gone tremendously to the right on this issue in 2024 and 2025 versus where they were in 2020.
So at this point in time, no matter how much they cry, Alligator Alcatraz seems to be what the American people want. So if the Democrats proceed to shriek and cry,
Just make a bunch of moats with alligators. What does that say?
So it looks like loot box you don't want to... You don't want to know what country you're getting sent to.
Oh, yeah.
over this
Just
facility,
a random draw of the, oh, you're screwed more.
you know who they represent. But if you appreciate my insight,
Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug.